time for minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longchanks is poised to cross the River Forth and threaten the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly formed army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops. The time has come to take the offensive.
And still you're talking.
At the town of Stirling. If we can defeat the English here, they may think twice about their invasion of Scotland. To win, destroy the English tower to the west. Before we attack the English to the west, we need to build up our forces. Have your villagers start gathering food and wood. Scout cavalry are poor fighters, but they can see a great distance. You can use your scout cavalry to explore the rest of the map and find the English. Keep making villagers at your town center until you have 10. The more villagers you have, the
10
faster
villagers.
Resources will come in.
Ooh, there's some gold. Anyway, historically what happened at the Battle of Stirling Bridge is, this is supposed to be the River Forth. There's probably more of a ford than a bridge. There might have been an actual bridge. But if there was, it's not the modern day Stirling Bridge. Anyway, the English were, of course, better supplied, better armed than the Scots. And so it was going to be folly to attack them. So basically the main strategy was they lured the vanguard of the English across the ford, Stirling Bridge, and they wrecked it. And so the English were terrified at that, and so the bulk of the army retreated, and I believe they were harassed by the Scots, like, as they made their retreat. It was very Concord. It was very like Concord from the American Revolution. Yeah, that was hundreds of years later.
You can specify a location for new units to gather by selecting a gather point. For villagers, click the town center and click the Set Gather Point button.
Oh, well, here's an English outpost. Also, thank you, narrator, for waiting until I was done to begin talking.
You're close to an English base. You better not knock down this wall until you've got an army of about 12 soldiers.
Interesting. Well, time to get out of here. Since we need soldiers, it's probably a good idea to make them.
Use your villagers to build a mill near your forage bushes.
Yeah, that's okay. The bushes are not significantly far from the tent site. Oh, actually, I'm gonna want to make a mill because that's another Dark Age building. Remember, I need 2 Dark Age buildings before I'm allowed to advance to the feudal age. That's a mill.
You found some sheep? Sheep are a good source of food, so send them back to your town center and assign a villager to gather food from them.
I'll have this villager wait here. And once my sheep come to me, we'll make lamb chops.
You can gain more food by building fishing ships. To create fishing ships, have your villagers build a dock in the water to the south.
Might as well build an outpost there. Actually, you know what? Forget it. And now we wait. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 villagers working on food. I guess I can afford to spend some. Make a couple of militia. Just in case an attack comes before I reach the feudal age. Frankly, I don't expect one will be coming, just because, you know, as we saw over here, the English are walled off. There's not really a way for them to be able to come to get us. I can now advance to the feudal age. And if I'm willing to use all my food, I can make 1 more militia. So again, because if I'm... What? Wait, what? Are you kidding me? How?
Click your town center, then click town bell.
This is not good. So the more villagers I have in the town center, the more the attack the town center will have.
Good! You defeated the English assault. If you have villagers in your town center, ring the town bell.
You know, that's really inconvenient. Almost at the feudal age. So farms are a good renewable source of food. The trouble is they require wood.
Now that you've reached the feudal age, concentrate on making some soldiers to fight the enemy. You will need at least 12. Remember, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms at the barracks. You should always upgrade soldiers when you can afford it. Remember to upgrade your weapons and arms at the blacksmith. You do have a blacksmith, don't you?
I should get a blacksmith, shouldn't I? You. Change my mind. Make a blacksmith. Blacksmith. I think a blacksmith might actually, blacksmith might actually be one of the buildings that you need to advance to the castle age. Not entirely sure. There'll be a notice right here saying if I was right or not. Alright, might as well attack. Now let me... Okay. Yeah, so I can map all of them to the number 1. So all I have to do is tap 1, and I can select the whole bunch. Let's get rid of these outposts, just for the hell of it. Yes, I know what you're thinking. How are a bunch of swordsmen and spearmen going to be getting rid of Oh, look at this. There's a welcoming party on the other side. Concentrate your attacks. And breach and clear, breach and clear. I'm bleeding units. Oh, okay. Lost a few good men. Oh, archers. That's not good. Okay, so here's a watchtower, and that I believe is the target. Now, watchtowers are similar to outposts in that they provide line of sight. The difference is they do fight back. They attack at range. But it looks like we're doing it in.
Great job! You have destroyed the English camp. The Battle of Stirling is sure to end in victory for the Scots. Good job! You've eliminated the English soldiers. Now, destroy that tower, and our victory will be complete.
Narrator, you're getting things out of order again.
Build up, advance through the ages, and find and fight your enemies. You have all the basic skills you need to play a random map game. The most common type of game in Age of Empires.
Wait, I thought we were fighting a war, not playing a game. You're confusing, Mr. Narrator.
Stirling was our first great victory. Even as we held the coastline, word came in that the Stirling Bridge had been held by a force of Scots led by the mythical knight, of whom so many have spoken. Now, we know his name. Sir William Wallace, the Hammer of the English.
He's 7 feet tall.
Shanks names Wallace a traitor and a criminal. But Sir William replies that he cannot be a traitor, since he never swore fealty to an English king. With Wallace leading our armies, the men fight with renewed vigor. Perhaps the tide of our misfortunes is about to turn.
Fun fact, Ben Franklin said the same thing about not being a traitor because he didn't consider himself English. He considered himself an American.